Gucci YouTube? Let me put that down. What's Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Pat Brady. You did one half of Marvelous Bluntz in the building. We like super in the building.
Yes, sir.
Oh, what's good? What's good, my guy?
What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome to Marvelous Bluntz, man. We got Torian and Kuntz in here tonight. Just
Most definitely.
Spider-Man show, third to last show of the year. So almost end of the year. Hopefully everybody make it to the end of the year. So, how y'all doing tonight, Kuntz?
Yeah, Kuntz. Torian, what's
I'm
Gucci?
glad to be here.
What's Gucci? What's Gucci?
Kuntz?
Man, I'm good. I saw the movie today. I'm well rested. I took a nap after. I just want to talk about this movie, man.
That's good, man. Hey, shout out to naps, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like, comment, and subscribe to Marvelous Blunts, man. Like my guy just said, we all, as well as everybody in the world, clearly went to go see that new Spider-Man. I guess Spider-Man 3 and Tom Holland's which is No Way Home. You dig what I'm saying? That came out this week, this Friday. Torian saw it a little bit earlier. Me, Kuntz, and Tone saw it all this Sunday. So yeah, man, we're gonna review it, man. Actually, we actually can get into it with the guests. We can go get the guest first. So Kuntz, since you said you was well rested, we want you to give how you felt about this. What you think about this new Spider-Man?
Man, I don't think y'all ready for this, bro. I don't know how I feel about this Spider-Man, man. Like, I enjoyed it while still thinking the shit was trash. It was the most fire trash I feel like I watched, bro. Like,
I'm with you. Cool. I'm with you. So go ahead. I understand what you're saying.
So I could really like spoil it or like how?
Oh
like,
yeah,
no. This is a spoiler review. Yeah.
So
hey Tone, you gotta hit him with it. A spoiler. I say this is
this is a spoiler zone right here. This is a straight spoiler zone because it's been 3 days, and I'm assuming everybody watching this has seen it.
This movie, like, the plot itself, it really made me feel like, all right, so this is really for kids, because he did not want to, get his identity basically expunged because people knew who he was. He did that because he was trying to get people to college. like that shit blew me. It's like, bro, you doing this for college, bro. Like, you putting a fate of the universe because you trying to go to MIT.
And your friends.
Yeah, like, really his friends. He wasn't even trying to go. He was doing it for them. So, like, I know in the comics, Spider-Man always, like, battled Ben with MJ because he knew his life was a certain thing. Like, it was hard to be with him and be Spider-Man. But that plot, it really took me out. And then for him to say, I want to fix all the villains pretty much, like, those two major things carried the story. And it was just like, this shit is stupid. But I like what y'all doing when y'all get there. But y'all don't know how to get there. Like, I liked it. Like, a lot of the stuff in the movie I really love. Like, it is a lot of fan service. And to me, this movie feel like it's built on fan service. Like, the plot is fan service because it's just about fixing everything in Sony MCU. Like, that's really what it was. It was like Sony handing the baton to Disney. And it's like, okay, cool. I get it. But
that was a good thing.
Good point.
Yeah, it was fire, but it was trash. Like, I ain't trying, somebody else can pick up the pieces. Like, you could convince me certain stuff, but those two main things in the plot, it was just like, no, this shit is dumb. Like, this shit is dumb. And even Aunt May, like, Aunt May died, and it's just like, I didn't really care.
When they killed her, I was so conflicted because I'm just like, bro. Then they try to Uncle Ben her though, like
exactly.
I'm like, they ain't try to Uncle Ben Aunt May though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not Aunt May, but I understood it. I got it though. Yeah. I got it. I'm like, okay, shit is getting real, but I'm like, she could have lived, like, you know what I'm saying? People is no. We're gonna go no. Cool, I didn't know what you're saying, but Torian, I want you to go because you definitely saw it way before us, and so I want to hear what you guys spill. This is the floor. Spill.
Well, I'm like the complete opposite of both you and Kuntz. on this because I actually did love the movie. I actually really liked the movie, mainly because the resolution at the end is that finally Peter Parker, well, this version of it, has to finally grow up. No longer can he be the kid that we saw in the previous two and have to heavily rely on the whole Iron Man father figure type of storyline. Like I think when it ended with him with Doctor Strange saying, "You're gonna have to we have to put a spell out there for the whole world to forget that Peter Parker even existed." That was like a cleanse of saying, like, look, now I literally have to stand on my own 2 feet and make my own way without assistance. Like now I really have to be a man. I can't like rely on this, that, and the third because no one knows who Peter Parker is. So I like that aspect of the resolution of it coming to he is now his own man. And that for me it was almost like that was the journey getting to this point. I would have hated if they kept doing the same thing that they did with the previous two movies. I liked how they made Electro look like Electro. Listen, that Electro that we got in the Amazing Spider-Man is like, oh, okay, whatever. They briefly kind of had it there a little bit with this one, but they didn't let him stay in that area too long before we got the one that actually was the one that we ended up wanting. I like that that my favorite scene in this whole movie was when they went to the mirror dimension. When Doctor Strange and Spider-Man was fighting in the mirror dimension, like that was great. Like that was just wild to look at. That was like Inception on steroids. And I thought what was interesting was that Peter had to use his smarts to outsmart Doctor Strange when he had to use math and geometry to figure out how to get out of the mirror dimension. What kind of got,
to be the sorcerer.
I guess you could say that.
I'm just saying. I'm happy.
I think what got a lot of people was like, how in the world did Doctor Strange get stuck there for 12 hours? I think that's what people were saying. And I made a joke. I said he was stuck there for 12 hours because he was filming his movie during that time. And they said, "Oh, now you can come back to this set and you can finish the scenes." I just made a little joke. I just made a little joke about the little joke. But I'm glad. But you know what? I'm glad that he was out of the movie for that long because that means that Peter did not have to rely on him to do all this extra stuff because he knew that he could easily do it. So to have him out of the way meant that Peter had to rely on his own smarts and try to figure out how to take down these.
Just like how Stark left in the other movie, he just left in the suit.
Yeah. What I will say though is this: that fight scene between Peter and Green Goblin in that apartment, that was crazy. He did like suplex. He suplexed them through like 3
that
floors.
That powerbomb was crazy. He powerbombed that nigga.
I will say that the actor Willem Dafoe, who plays the Green Goblin, still is portraying the Green Goblin like I loved him when he was in the 2002 version of Spider-Man.
He made the whole movie.
He is such a great actor. I said he is such a method actor. I mean, to be able to jump in and out of personalities at the split second like that, from being this coward, weak-like character to being this menacing character. When he does that voice, that thing is scary. And the facial expressions, oh my god, you won't want to see that in a dark alley or during the day. That's scary.
Every time he was on the screen, I set up. Every time he was
because he's really good. And I don't know about y'all, but I actually thought that he was going to kill him at the end of the movie. Like when he picked up,
I wanted him to so
he should have.
He should have. So bad.
He should have. That would have made the next Spider-Man arc even savager. They should have let him do it. But Kevin Feige was like, no.
When he picked up the glider, I saw he was going to go for that kill because he was the one that killed Aunt May. So he had nothing to lose at that point. He's like, I already went through so much stuff. I mean, taking out one person is not going to be too bad. I've already let so much stuff slide before. And besides, you deserve it. But of course, that did not end up happening in that way. And I will say, even though Green Goblin was taking those hits, Tom Holland was dishing them out. Like you could actually see the rage in his face. Like he was mad, like he was angry. And I think this is probably one of the most emotional Spider-Man movies I've ever seen because he was really going through. I will say this: a lot of people may not be a fan of Tom Holland for whatever reason it may be. But in this movie, he really sold to me. He really sold those emotional scenes. Like you actually like really felt like to me that you actually felt like his pain. Like when he lost his aunt, who was practically his mother in a sense because she was the one that raised him. You know, like that was it. And I'm actually kind of glad that they did kill her character off because if they didn't, it wouldn't have made sense when the world forgot who Peter Parker was. That would have been too much. Like, imagine your aunt not knowing who you were. She like, who are you?
So, question: when they forget everybody else, so do like pictures and stuff like that disappear?
I was gonna speak to that too.
Disappear, like did time disappear? Like they forget all the memories of this person. Did like
all of that disappears. Even the stuff that happened with him and Mysterio and stuff like that.
How
when it got exposed?
That's okay. I'm go ahead.
But remember this: the spell said it affects everybody who's on Earth. There are still some characters who are off world who know who Peter Parker is, who were not affected by the spell. So there are still people out there that will know who he is, like Nick Fury and Carl Manfred. So and that's probably about it.
Why couldn't he just do the same spell that he did when he did the spell the first time? At the end, instead of erasing it, why didn't he just be like, "Hey, I can do the same spell. Like I can do the same one where everybody just forgets except these people."
Because too much had already happened. When he messed up that spell, it got so messed up. Like it's the point where that he couldn't even go back and even attempt to do that spell again.
During the spell, when every time Peter said someone's name, it took, if you notice, the rune went away because it took their name out. That's why he was fucking it up.
And then at the end when he was when they was fighting on the Statue of Liberty, when that box had opened up again. And like that, at that point, it was pretty much done because, as you can see, the world was starting to open up. Like the multiverse was starting to crack open. You can see all these different people and these characters in purple just starting like looking like they were about to try to come out of there. I was noticing a couple of them too.
Like, okay,
it was so many. It was so many of them. though. That's the thing. So it was like
those were all Spider-Man villains.
Some weren't.
He said it. They're all your villains from other universes that are looking for Peter Parker.
One of them looked like a Namor.
He said it. He said it's only it's villains. It was only the villains.
Like the dude with the staff was like Namor, bro.
Your bubble. We can look, we can look it up on YouTube, whatever. I'm telling you, bro. He said all your villains are coming to get you, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
I thought that was from Loki too.
Yeah.
Look at the little crazy, little purple.
Fun fact. Well, I mean, this isn't really much of a spoiler because he's on the cast list, but Loki is going to be in the next Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah. Obviously.
Oh, and speaking of cameos, shout out to the little small cameo that Matt Murdock had in there.
That was the best movie.
That
was the best part of the movie for me. We got hope.
I thought it'd be in reference to Murdoch. I thought it'd be a little bit more, but
I knew he wasn't. I knew he wasn't going to be there because I think they say he was only on set for like a week. So when they say that, that means the scene is really small.
It took a week to do that. That fucking 3 minutes. Scene.
Like I've been on film sets before. It takes a lot to shoot just one scene.
Okay,
a lot. It's not as easy as it sounds. Trust me. Like that scene that he was in probably took.
No, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying it's easy. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like. Because he just sat there and said a couple words, you know.
They could have had something else. They just said, "Nah, bro, we just gonna kingpin picture you." That's what when you said the thing about the picture thing. That's what popped in my head. I was like, they're really not gonna show Kingpin probably for the rest of this shit.
You gotta let it breathe. Sometimes it's good to let stuff breathe, bro. Like it's coming, but the way that you get there, like Kusi, the way you get there is very important.
That's a fact.
Very important.
And that's one thing. Go ahead.
And one more thing before I pass it off is something that a lot of people may or may not pay attention to, and that was the music. That music that they played, that music that they played right before Doctor Strange did that spell to make Spider-Man like be forgotten. I like that music and that one when he did that final swing. And I think that final swing he did over Rockefeller Center, I think Hawkeye and Kate Bishop are down there. Because think about it, it's around Christmas time, and they're
That would
over
make
that
sense.
area.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
That
So I wouldn't be.
that.
I wouldn't
They'll
be.
say,
I wouldn't be
they'll
surprised.
say,
I wouldn't be,
Feel the air. And you're like, what the fuck was that?
they'll say Spider-Man is going to be in the last episode of Hawkeye because that'd be.
I'll throw up.
Don't say that.
the only person that would the only person that would know that who that is would be Hawkeye because he's the only one that would know him personally.
I wonder if this is going to affect the ending for Hawk. I mean, I wonder if they felt the repercussions of the spell, like just during their little, like just during. I wonder.
And I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but I kind of like saw it. Like I can't really say I saw it on accident because I clicked on the link. But I did look at the promo for the season finale of.
Oh, I ain't seen spoiler alert. I'm not going to spoil anything, but based on the clips that they did show, this episode coming up is going to be crazy. I hope so, because the whole series
literally what they're doing is they're like literally it's almost like they're doing an episode dump. Everything that was building up to this episode is being thrusted in here. So it's like you're gonna have Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, her mother, Echo, Yelena, all of them people all thrown into one episode, plus the person we saw in the picture. Because all I saw in the clip was you saw a person walking with a cane, wearing some nice shoes and some black dress pants, walking. So you already know who that is.
They're going Matt Murdock, Spider-Man, his ass. Say you 3 minutes, sir. You get about two minutes, and we'll see you in the next phase.
And I saw somebody doing some spy stuff too. Like they were literally scaling down a wall while shooting up in the air. I don't know who they were shooting at though. But I'm gonna end it off right there, and as
well. Go ahead, Fab. You go. I'm curious. So I'm curious. Go ahead. I'm just super curious,
bro. Like I said, bro, we didn't have maybe like 3 shows where I probably have went completely into my Spider-Man history. Like, about 3 shows. Y'all at least been at least one of them. Tone, you've been at all of them. The good about this movie, I'll say, really honestly, was that it was just cool. It was entertaining. It was like a really good and bad SNL Saturday, like SNL skit. Like it was just kind of cool. Like it had moments where it was like, yeah, but it was just cool. It was really good seeing all my, like we said, spoiler alert, all my Spider-Mans there. You know what I'm saying? That was great to see. Like I thought that was the highlight of the movie is seeing them. And I'm really proud to me. I didn't think that Andrew Garfield was going to end up having me fucking with him more after this, but I fuck with him way more after this Spider-Man. I feel like he was acting like he needed another chance out that motherfucker. I was like, I never saw him act like this. He was acting
like he wanted the Marvel bag. He needed
that. So I like that. I thought, like I said, who made the movie was William Dafoe. I don't care what nobody say.
I will agree to that.
He really went to the next level with his villain stuff. And I was like, all right, bet. I'm like, that's cool. And that was pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Oh yeah, and Daredevil. I love that
line that he said when they threw the brick through the window and he caught it, and they was like, whoa. They was like, he's like, how did you do that? He said, I'm a good attorney.
He actually has great reflexes. I think his reflexes are better than Spider-Man's, even with his spider sense.
Which was like going in and out. But to be real with you, like Kun said, basically like short term, where I really was feeling like the plot was really bad. I feel like they were acting like they were going another direction, and they didn't. And it wasn't a direction where I was like, oh, they just went another direction. It was really, really still Spider-Boy-ish. Like we said, we talked about like I didn't even think about the fact that like even when he won it was so dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, like. When are you going to get to that point? And like you said, yeah, Torian was like, yeah, He finally, if you said Tom Holland, you ain't like him, he finally got to this point. It took 6 damn movies to get to this point. He's been in 6 movies, and a couple of those have been way more dangerous situations than what he faced in this movie. You know what I'm saying? I really was like, damn, like we're okay. Now we have to go 3 more movies trying to find out if he's going to be Spider-Man. Boom. I didn't like the fact they killed Aunt May. That was very bad taste. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was very, very bad taste. And then to give her Uncle Ben's line. You know what I'm saying? Like, has he not heard that line already, bro? Like, doesn't he already have a Ben Parker? What happened to him? That we still don't know what happened to him. Did he die the same way? Like,
so, like the rumor is that Peter just doesn't know him, or that he was born. I mean, Peter was born after his death.
I'm a homecoming stand, right, Tony? He said at homecoming when Ned told him, "Hey, did you tell your aunt that Peter, like you Spider-Man?" He's like, "No, you know it would hurt her. She wouldn't already be tripping because you know what happened to Ben." So he actually name drops his uncle.
You got the case too. You got the suitcase that say Ben Parker on it. Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, like the rumor on like and stuff.
Boom.
Like that's what they just going with.
Boom. This joint was like a big ass comedy. Everybody was just laughing every couple seconds, and I'm like, bro, I get it, and it's not. Look, it's not the actor's fault. It's not their fault. They're just acting on what they got to do. But the scripts, Disney has literally sprinkles all the little magic all over this movie. Like it's like they would go a little bit, and then they would like, we're not gonna go all the way with this. You know what I'm saying? Like even when she got hit by the glider, we ain't know she really got. I didn't even know she got stabbed. Like. I was actually genuinely in shock. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Boom. The thing,
Jamie Foxx, she got stabbed.
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, like she got hit in the back. I said,
I thought she got hit in the back.
I thought she just got hit in the back because it looked like she got hit in the back until he put his hand back there and blood was on his hands.
Yeah, I ain't even noticed that.
I said it must have hit something for it. Must have hit something for her for it to go skin deep and her to bleed like that.
Right. Yeah. So the judging of the Spider-Mans, like I said, Tobey Maguire looked like the senior citizen out there that they're just like, just come over here. You follow this way, and the movie goes like this, and you just like when he was standing there when there was in the scientist joint. I'm telling you, I said, look at Toby. They're talking. He just like with the machine, like he just like looks like he doesn't even know what he's doing. Then he says something. I'm just like, oh, he does know. He is smart. They for 3 Spider-Mans, they were dumb as shit. Real talk, like they had no experience. Like it's been 20 years, bro. What have y'all been doing for 20 years? And I know y'all like, okay, I'm like, damn, he really picking. But that's what goes with what I said with Kuntz with the plot. Like the plot, the end plot goal just wasn't strong enough where they were trying to go. The multiverse thing. It did not land. Like it's like they were flying really good and they just couldn't land it all the way. Like they just couldn't land it. When it comes to fucking Tom Holland, right? I definitely can say this though. His emotion level, he did turn his acting up once shit got real. That's no lie. I can't fake. He turned it up. Like, but it still wasn't enough for me to be like, damn. This would just been like his best performance, bro. I thought Far From Home was better than this joint, bro. To be honest with you, like it just wasn't as what I thought it was going to be. Like the plot was just everywhere. Biggest thing, Doctor Strange. That was great that he wasn't involved. That was great, but they did super dumb down Doctor Strange for this petty level, low level ass beef that was going on. Because he could have ended all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was like, come on now. I did not like that at all when he beat Doctor Strange. I'm like, so how can I take you serious in the multiverse of madness and you can't even beat Spider-Man? You know what I'm saying? You can't even have Spider-Man wrapped up in the mix. They dumped him down. Spoiler alert. Ned. When Ned did this, when Ned took the ring or whatever that thing was and did the circle, I said, this is unbelievable, bro. They did not let, and I know Les was like, well, you remember he said his grandma said that he had a little magic in him. What type of Disney World shit is that? Yeah, my grandma said I got a little magic in me. And then he bringing Spider-Mans, he's doing portals. Doctor Strange didn't even question it. He just was like, oh, okay. Come on, bruh. This thing was plot loop heavy. And it's like I couldn't focus because everybody told me this movie was overly amazing. So my expectation was out the roof. It was out the roof. So, like I said, it was very entertaining. It would definitely keep you entertained. Definitely a popcorn flick. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a popcorn flick. Not in the top MCU 5. I'm gonna say that now. If I've seen you tweet that people said this movie was a best MCU movie of all time and best Spider-Man movie of all of them. You feel me? So no, cut it. I would definitely give it a 7.5 is my rating, just flat out. And unfortunately, y'all, I love Spidey to death, but he does not get a lighters up for me.
I think a 7.5 is worth a lighters up, or a half a lighter, a flick.
You know what?
It is though. Like,
I give him a flick. I give him a flick. He definitely flick. But no, I'm definitely interested to see what this Peter Parker is going to do. You feel what I'm saying? Like with this ending Peter Parker, with this new arc is going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very, very interested in that because now he's like he had a true blue uniform on. You know what I'm saying?
I like that jump.
Like that comic books type shit where like
I like that. I like how when he was swinging, like when he was swinging at the end, wearing that like when he was wearing that.
I like
suit.
how it glistened. Like I like
that's
that blue.
That's what I was going to say. I like how it bounced off the light. Like when the lights was like hitting it at night. I did like that.
If you notice,
sweet. It definitely was like okay. It's about to get it's about to really get interesting. You know what I'm saying? And also with the end when he made all them forget and shit. Like I'm like, bro, you could have did something. I was like, can he just write his name down? Something right on a piece of paper before. I'm like, Strange, hold that for a second. I'm like, I'm giving y'all this phone. Because when I could be standing right here and you don't know who I am, but if you look down at the phone, I'm be like, you're gonna look at your phone and be like, hey, when you look at this, when you don't know who I am, and they're gonna be like, you know who I am, explain it, type it, something.
That's what I was saying. That's the thing about it. That wouldn't have not even worked because, like I said, the spell was to make it seem like he never existed. So even writing his name down still would not have worked. Peter Parker is almost like he was never born. At least this Peter Parker. Now it could be another Peter Parker somewhere in the world that's not a Spider-Man. They know who that is, but they don't know who he is. That's the thing. When that's like I said, you never. It's not like the snap where it erased people's memories of who the people were not there anymore and they came back. Like, oh, you're back. This spell said Peter Parker does not exist. He never existed before this, and he's not going to exist after this. Unless I don't know what could possibly happen where his existence will come back and people will remember. I don't know if they're going to go with that storyline. If they do, hopefully they do that somewhere down the line somewhere. I actually kind of like this. Like I said, I kind of like the fact that no one knows who he is because now it forces him to be on his own and like really do his own thing. He doesn't have a crutch. He has to do stuff on his own.
6 movies later. Tone.
Okay, it's my turn?
Yes,
all right.
sir.
So look, I'm not gonna take too much of our time because I think y'all just reminded me a bunch of stuff about the movie when I went to go see it. Okay, so let me tell you about my experience real quick, right? 30 seconds, right? Tell you about my experience in the movie theater. Stop bringing your fucking babies to the goddamn movie theater.
I did not have that problem.
Shit for everybody else, bro. Motherfucker, I'm black people. I'm telling you, bro. You just talking the whole time. Bro. I'm like, bro, shit ruined my entire experience, bro. That's why I was not trying to go today and see that show, bro. The weekend, bro. I went there, everybody go to work. So I regretted doing that, and that shit ruined my experience. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But the movie itself, now, I enjoyed it, like as a straight up. Like I went in there, bro. Y'all no funny. I went in there with like a clear ass man. Like I'm just about to enjoy this shit. Like, like how before we start watching, I was just going in and watch movies and shit. I went in there and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I ain't analyzed it or anything like that. Kind of crazy. I was analyzing, but I wasn't like like analyzing like I normally would be doing. So I think excuse me. I think I thoroughly enjoyed the movie because I didn't do that. But yeah, everybody makes great points. Like this shit with with May didn't make any sense. They could have gave her a different line. Uh, the Doctor Strange spell, depowering Strange. I didn't understand how Peter was literally fighting this man off in his astral form. This motherfucker don't know nothing about no astral plane. What the hell? How is he even? And they try to, and it's kind of weird because I think they can get it out by saying it's his spider reflexes just automatically triggering. But no, this nigga is separated, literally separate. His soul is separated from his body, bro. His body's still moving. Didn't understand that. Did not like that.
I was pissed when he should knock people's ass right smack the fuck out.
I mean, like they just straight depower stage. I didn't. I had an issue. I was talking with Pat off camera. I had an issue with the Wong becoming Sorcerer Supreme instead of Strange because of the blip. I didn't like. I mean, I understand there needed to be a. Okay, so now that I think about it, there needed to be a Sorcerer Supreme.
But he Wong got back with the fuck.
Yeah, he should have gave it to him when he got back. Exactly, that's what I thought. So
it's probably a thing where he can't just give him the thing. It's probably.
I mean, I understand.
It's probably like the Black Panther. You have to fight in order to hold that mantle.
Nah, so you gotta know nah, that's not how that's not a sorcery word. That's not some barbaric shit. You have to actually study.
Nah,
I ain't trying to hear that shit. Nah.
He should have just got that shit straight like that. Like, I'm the Sorcerer Supreme. So, I literally saved the universe.
Honestly, I think that I honestly think that it worked because you gotta think Wong didn't get caught up in the snap. Doctor Strange did, while Doctor Strange was still in the states of learning.
I understand. That's why Wong had Sorcerer Supreme. That's because he has the knowledge.
And then Wong was there longer. Wong was there way before.
Yeah, he was there longer. Yeah. So but because Strange's potential, that's why he was anointed the Sorcerer Supreme. But that's neither here nor there. I had an issue with that. Defoe, I like Defoe. Man, I thought I agree with Pat. I thought he made the movie more or less. Because like I said, every time he was on screen, I was like literally in attention because he just stole the scene, whatever scene he was in.
Right.
Jamie Foxx got his redo. I'm glad they did him justice. I wasn't too crazy about his Electro in general, but I like the fact that they did do something that's with him.
Did you catch
Sandman? I was hit or miss. I like them back in Venom 3, but I feel like they fleshed him out a little bit. They didn't flesh him out. Him and Lizard got the short end of the stick.
Right.
So I'm not really too mad about it because I really didn't care about Lizard at all. I'm glad they gave Doc Ock his due because he needs to be back. I think either a different version of him or is this some Dr. Octopus character?
Where did they go? Did they die? Did they actually die?
Yeah, and that's an open-ended question too. Like, where did they go? So, what are the rules? Like, in Strange, and this is the thing. Like, when you do stuff with magic and shit, you need to have rules in place so we can know as an audience what are the rules.
Whatever the director wants to do.
But just like
that's why you get what you get, like he's saying, like that's why you're gonna get what you get. Where it's like that's why I feel like they're trying to figure out what this multiverse shit is because what the fuck is it? What is it?
Yeah.
Before you go into remember when Electro he had made that kind of subtle that subliminal thing about a black Spider-Man.
Yeah. Everybody going crazy at there, like okay, Miles is coming. We know this. We can see this.
Y'all, no funny. I did not know. That's what people meant when he was saying. When he said that, I was like, I would have thought it was a nigga too. Like that was a good.
He was. Yeah, like he. Of course, he wouldn't know that there is a Miles Morales out there. He was just saying in general that he said, and I thought that was how interesting and befitting they give that line to the black character, black actor to say it. But
that shit is racist. I don't even care. So
everybody in the theater was like, "Oh, he's talking about Miles Morales." I mean, well, yeah. Who else was he talking about?
I mean, obviously, that's what I was saying in my head. Like,
fuck out of here, bro.
Another issue I had is, and everybody knows I'm not the biggest fan of the Andrew Garfield series, but did Electro even get summoned initially because he don't even know? If I recall right, he don't even know who Peter Parker is. He never knew.
You know who he is.
So how the fuck did he even get called back? That didn't make any sense.
With a new look. That nigga went from Mr. Nerd to Mr. Bitches. Like he literally went to Mr. Bitches. I said,
and notice they gave him a Terminator type of opening. And what I mean by that is, if you remember in the movie Terminator, when Arnold Schwarzenegger first comes to Earth, he comes there and he has no clothes on. They did the same thing with Jamie Foxx in this movie right here. And I said that reminds me so much of Terminator when he comes back and he says that y'all just gonna have me standing here butt ass naked and not gonna give me no clothes. Y'all just how to have this because it was when he was talking to Peter and Sandman when they were out in that electric, like that field with the electric lines when they first encounter each other. And I said that reminded me so much of Terminator. If y'all watch I don't know if y'all seen the Terminator. But if you watch it, I said that reminded me so much of that. I would not be surprised if that's where they pulled that from.
I also
hang this joint up with another okay Marvel production.
The numbers.
I like the ending. I like how
Torian, you can't say numbers. This is Spider-Man we're talking about here. We're not talking about Shang-Chi. We're not talking about the Eternals. We're talking about Spider-Man. It was gonna do numbers regardless.
That was already a given.
And and it was fucked up because the Doc Ock scene, I really liked it at first, and then Les was like, "Damn, I wish they wouldn't have showed all this in the commercial." Like they damn near showed the whole movie. The movie was damn near out here. That's why I'm like, bro, if we had known the details, it probably would have spread a little bit slower. But
the thing I think the thing that hurt it is because. And that goes back onto what you were saying is Sony, and this is mainly on Sony, so much, and this is not so much Disney Marvel. Sony does very bad marketing. I'm talking about from everything from the posters to the promos to the trailers. And the thing is, last week in particular, I don't know about y'all, but I had to act like Neo in the first Matrix and duck and dodge these spoilers like crazy because it's like where did all these leaks come from?
I had told Pep that Hawkeye episode 4, I was like, shit, man. I was like, all these interviews and shit coming out with Holland and everybody. I don't even want to see. It made me not want to see the movie. I'm like, they are really.
Yeah, so now listen, I almost got spoiled on Instagram because somebody watched. I don't know how they did it. They found a bootleg copy of this movie somewhere and was able to watch it on Wednesday. And all I saw when I was scrolling through their Instagram stories is all I saw was a caption that said, "I couldn't wait any longer." And I saw Peter wearing a Spider-Man suit. Thank God it was not anything major. And I didn't even scroll next to the next story. I just clicked off of the app and put my phone down. I said, I cannot believe this. So I think that's what it was too. Sony does not have a tight grip on their marketing department, whether they're supposed to be marketing something or they're trying to keep something under wraps. And that's just something, like I said, that's just Sony. Because look at how well they've kept the second Doctor Strange movie under wraps. Like the only time we saw any footage from that movie was at the end of this movie. That's the first time we saw that. And notice that they're not dropping a whole, like the trailer that we saw at the end of this movie online yet. And I know they're going to wait because the trailer that they're going to drop is probably going to be a whole different one than the one we saw. So if they could do that, Sony, I don't know what's going on with their marketing team over there. It's trash. I will say that. Sony's marketing team is horrible. I don't know if they got to get. I don't know if they need to talk to some more people or talk to people on how to market correctly. But that's just how it is. And the thing is, this isn't the first time they've done this. They've done this with multiple movies, but for some reason, this one was probably by far the worst that they've done as far as marketing wise. But if everybody knew it was going to be all these villains and all these Spider-Mans, yes, we're going to go see it. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Of course, and Marvel knows that too. That's why I said like when you said they have a bad marketing, that's why Marvel will let them sing because they don't care. They're like, people are going to still show up because it's Spider-Man. We're getting something off that too. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? So now, the thing is because Sony had Spider-Man first, so they had majority ownership of it, and then now they partnered up with Marvel and Disney, so it's like it's almost like co-parenting. That's basically what it is. And Spider-Man is the baby, and they are, and it's like they're co-custody of the child, and it's like who has more custody of the child, this parent or this parent?
Because it's like for Doctor Strange. Look, the end of the movie was just
the Spider-Man is the pendulum and like the little, the pendulum that swings back and forth. That's literally what is like a bell. You know how the bell little thing swings back and forth. that's kind of like what it kind of reminds me of when it comes to the marketing side of Sony versus Marvel. It's like Disney. So that's like I said, that I've been had an issue with Sony and their bad marketing. And like I said, not just on this movie, but especially on Spider-Man, because for some reason, it's always when it comes down to even down to their posters. Have you noticed that when it comes to the posters for Spider-Man, it looks kind of lackluster compared to the other MCU movies that look like wow?
Yes. I don't even see posters.
Look at the Spider-Man. Look at the posters that they put out there for Spider-Man versus the ones that they do for all the.
You talking about the jokes on Instagram?
No, I'm talking.
Well, I definitely don't see them because I follow this comic page.
I'm just talking about that
stuff there. If it ain't on there, I don't see it, bro.
I'm just talking about I'm just talking about the promo posters that the studios put.
Yeah, promo. There. Yes, they put those out there. They'll retweet them and everything. I mean, repost them and everything. And I don't see them.
Look at how they do their posters versus how the MCU does theirs.
It's a little bit trash. I
don't look at MCU. I don't look at Marvel posters either. I look at the trailer. At most, I look at the trailer. That's about it.
Can't even look at those anymore, bro.
Can't even look at those anymore. Hey, cool. That's my other thing, bro. Everything that they put the whole movie in the trailer.
In the trailer.
But one thing, also another thing too, that they used to spoil people with, and do y'all remember how they used to spoil people with movies back in the day? Because remember back in the day, we didn't have social media or like YouTube or anything like that to spoil us. So a lot of times, if you went to a movie and they showed a trailer, that was your first time seeing the trailer. But you knew how they used to spoil you, and I bet y'all probably never picked up on this. But y'all, when I say it, y'all be like, "Oh wow!" Through the toys.
Oh, I know about that.
The toys.
They do that now. They do that now.
But I'm talking about back then. That's how they used to. That's how they was at. That's how they was a spoiler back then. Was through the toys. That was the only way they could do it. So like if it was a movie, they would spoil the stuff through the toys.
That's how you knew who the villain of the event. I mean, not the Avengers, the Eternals was. Because they showed
the toys and shit like that.
Yeah, that's how I figured out who the damn villain was.
But look, man, because we all obviously we are. It's literally like.
Oh wait, I ain't finished. Hold on, one more thing.
Yeah, keep going.
I enjoyed the movie initially, though. Even though I had a bad, I have to go see it again because that shit was just horrible experience, man. But I enjoyed it as a pure fan. I just enjoyed seeing all the comic book shit, and now Spider-Man getting his actual suit because now he's going from, hey, I don't need Stark Tech and I don't need, they getting their monkey over their back. Like we're done with phases 1, 2, and 3. We're officially after Hawkeye. There should be no more mention of anything from phase 1 to 3.
No snap.
There should be no mention, no nothing. It should be moving forward. So you could tell they're doing it with Spider-Man. It's like Torian, that guy, I think Torian said with the suit. His hands stitched now. Man got the apartment. I don't know how he paying for shit because he ain't got no money.
I don't know about that. Where did the money come from? Nigga, that's apartment.
Yeah, and like shit, and but I would give the movie a 8. I gave it 8 because I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And I just like seeing all of it. I like seeing shit like that on screen. No matter, I didn't get too shits about the plot. I didn't even until Coot said something about him about the whole movie been based around him going to college, trying to get to college. I didn't even realize that until he just said that 30 minutes ago.
Went on why?
Yeah, and I was like, and I'm saying that's why I told Pat to go because I was like, because I got to get my pushback because I'm like,
you just reminded me of something, and now it's like,
but it was still a good movie from a comic book point of view.
Now seeing this part, now that you mentioned, I'm laughing at it now because I'm like, I don't know how I missed this, but we know that they were applying to go to college. They were going to MIT and everything like that. Of course, they didn't get in because of the controversy, because of everything that happened, so on and so forth. Now looking at it, I'm like, if y'all remember at the end when he's getting that apartment and he's taking the stuff out of the box, he has a GED book.
I saw that.
My thing
why
is,
he have GED book?
Why are you applying for college and you need to go for your GED? That's what got me. Okay,
that shit tripped me out, bro.
I don't know why I didn't think of that until just now. Like that part didn't make any sense to me. I'm like,
I seen that and I thought, I was like, he got a GED book.
How you going for your GED, which is your high school diploma that you didn't get when you was in school for like regular school, but you're trying to apply to go to MIT, which is a top tech college. That was what really had. Now that I see it, that part did kind of like throw me for a little. I'm like, huh? Unless the GED is doing something different now, I don't know. But that part did kind of throw me off. That part did kind of throw me off. But okay.
What's your rating? What's your what would you give it, Torian?
I would give it an 8. I had it a little bit high, but that GED part right there just that kind of thing. I don't know why I didn't think of that until just now.
What was your grade? What you give it?
I give it a 7.5. Like I said, the plot, it wasn't it for me, but I like what they was doing. Like a lot of what they was doing, I enjoyed. That Doctor Strange mirror dimension, that shit fire. They gotta bring that back ASAP. Like ASAP. That shit was amazing. How he was bending the world and everything.
I also like that they gave. So I didn't like Goblin's suit at the end. I guess it's makeover or whatever. I didn't like that. I like that they gave Electro, something to look cool and they could have did. I just feel like
that's a troll.
Somebody got a spam account. Oh,
that's definitely a troll.
That's a spam account. Online strip without closing. Oh man, we getting spam accounts now.
We going up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, congratulations, y'all got y'all are getting up there. I always say when you start getting spam or like trolls and stuff like that, that means you getting no.
Bro, I don't even post nothing on Instagram, bro, and I get them damn profiles and shit looking on my shit, bro. I don't know what
freaky ass comments, but I mean,
my bad. Light us up for definitely. I would give it a light up.
Hold on, one thing, but we got to talk about. I'm gonna just say this about that first post-credit scene. It didn't make no sense to me. I feel like that could have been completely.
Oh yeah.
I felt like that could be. I felt like that part could have been left out. And then I know what they're doing. So okay, they brought Eddie and Venom.
It was a way to get Venom. It was a way to get the Venom
symbiote in there, and they leave and go back because of the effects of the spell sends them back to their universe. But a piece of the symbiote gets left. So basically, Venom.
You're about to get the black suit. You're gonna get the black suit. Spider-Man.
He's gonna try to. He's gonna go looking for and attach itself to that suit. And here's the thing. Remember when Venom saw Peter Parker, even though he had his mask off and he could see his face, he still saw the suit. So all it has to do is look for a suit that looks just like that. If it did, like say hypothetically, it didn't remember who Peter Parker was by face, it would know the suit and it would attach itself to that. That's just my guess about that.
That shit was ass.
Hey, my thing about the Venom post credit scene when he was talking about the Lethal Protector name, he was like, "Yeah, you got a guy called Hulk," and he thought that Lethal Protector was a dumb name. I was like, "Yeah, he has a point," but I'm still down for Agent Venom. I think that that's where Sony's going to go.
Agent Venom
route
for Hardy. For Tom Hardy.
Yeah, for Tom. But I was telling Pat on camera also, I'm not opposed to Tom Hardy voicing the Venom for the MCU verse too, because I would, because he's my Venom. So unless they get like some super name actor that's really that you can see playing Venom, then it has to be Hardy, right?
Yeah, because it got to be Hardy, bro. Because I mean, but still at the same time, it was like he was there for nothing. Like they made it seem like the end of Venom 2.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Crucial stuff that was going to happen when he was there, and it wasn't.
They said we just doing enough to get him in there, and we're gonna pull him back.
Said we're just gonna drop. We're just gonna.
And my initial reaction to that was like, "Oh, that's ass." I was like, "Loud shit in the theater." Oh, that's ass, and left out. And I forgot. And that's when I called Pat.
Did you see the second one? The second
one?
Man, listen,
I didn't see the second one.
Let me tell you something. I said you never leave before the second one. But
I didn't know.
When it went off, all I heard was them saying lines from the movie, and Wong was talking to Doctor Strange and said, "Don't do that spelling and everything like that." I'm thinking, oh, it's gonna be another post-credit clip. Nah, they dropped a whole freaking teaser trailer for the next Doctor Strange movie, and that caught me completely off guard because the MCU rarely does that. I think they've only done it like 2 other times. And so when I saw that, I was like blown away because I'm gonna be honest, that's one of my anticipated movies to see. And when they showed it, basically, I knew that was the trailer when they showed Wanda's hand with her doing her little spell in her hand. And then it cuts to a scene in it's like a forest, look at like a bunch of trees, and you see her from the back, and she's like doing something with the tree. And then Dr. Strange comes up and he says, Wanda, she looks back and he's talking to her. She said, I made a mistake. He said, I'm not here to talk about Westview. I'm coming here to ask you for some help. And then all of a sudden you start to see like Mordo, then you Wong. America Chavez was in the trailer.
Chavez showed up. Okay.
She was there. You could see that it was her because she had the jacket on. They showed her from the front. Okay. But she wasn't doing any of her powers or anything like that. And I'm kind of glad they didn't show that.
What is y'all talking about?
Huh?
America Chavez.
America Chavez.
That's gonna be pretty cool.
I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they. Huh?
Who is it? That's what I'm saying. Who is that? Like, who is it?
Oh, her code or her superhero name is Miss America, but her real name is America Chavez. And basically, her power is that she can hop through different dimensions. And basically, the way that she does is that she can like punch portals and like in the shape of a star, because she like basically
punching portals
like through a star, like in the shape of a star, and she can jump through different dimensions. So she's like a time and dimension hopper. That's basically her power.
All right.
So I can see how she would fit into this movie. Yeah. And then in there also they show like Pap said, they show some stuff from What If. That's why I was like, when he shot the things out of his hand, what was those, like the tentacles or the dragons or whatever that was in What If that he shot out of his hands?
Definitely called Tone called the evil Doctor Strange, like literally last week.
Evil Doctor Strange was in there. Like they said, like they basically said, Doctor Strange, your biggest enemy is yourself. And when they said that, they panned the camera up and you saw the dark Doctor Strange. And basically how they made him look is they almost had him look like he was kind of faded. Like he's almost like he had no color to himself. He almost looked like a corpse. He almost looked like a corpse.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I said that on camera or when I was talking to Pat off camera, but I said that during Spider-Man they was kind of shading Strange's face, especially when they was in the Undercroft. They was shading his face. If you can tell that he was like it was weird. Like it might have been the camera, but you could tell that they was trying to hint at him changing.
He definitely turned into definitely looked like a demon in at the end of that trailer.
Yeah, he did. Like he did really look menacing, like something like something not to mess with.
Find that joint when you see it again.
I had to watch that thing because I'm so excited now.
They also show Wanda doing she was doing one of her spells, like she was like sitting like Indian style and kind of floating off of the floor, and she was doing one of those one of her spells. She looked like they looked like they gave her a suit upgrade, like compared to how what she had in WandaVision. Like her suit actually
she had like the little X-Men style joint.
And the more I hear y'all talk about this trailer, it's making me realize like it's a 7. It ain't no 0.5 because they knew they gave us some mid. So they gave us a whole trailer to say, all right, we come back,
brother.
Come back. And the thing is, like I said, this was just a teaser trailer. This wasn't even the full trailer. This was just a teaser. This was a teaser. It wasn't even a whole trailer.
Cool. So I was like, oh, so What If was canon? Like
I was telling you that, bro. Like it's canon, bro. Somebody was arguing.
You also got a thing too. Y'all remember when like about a month ago they said we got to do like 6 weeks worth of reshoots. So I'm curious, what are we gonna see from them 6 weeks worth of reshoots? Because they said they had to do a whole month worth of reshoots every single day from Sunday to Saturday.
Spider-Man. They changed Spider-Man up,
so they
got to change this up.
I think they probably are just now finishing doing those reshoots, which is why they had to push the release date for this movie from March to May to accomplish those reshoots and get all that editing done.
Damn.
Yeah. Because it was going to come out the end of March, but then they pushed it back to May 6th. They gave it Thor's release date and pushed Thor to another date. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do. I can tell that I will say this movie is going to be CGI heavy.
Oh
that budget is through the roof.
It's done with magic. It's going to have to be.
Oh yeah, I kind of knew that. It's not going to be that many practical effects to it. It's going to be a lot of CGI in it.
Y'all think Ned's going to be in it? He knows magic now.
No, he don't know no magic. He just used the ring. I could have picked that ring up and did that.
But his character is based off. I can't remember the character he's based off, but he was created for the show. But I mean for the movie for the MCU, but His character's based off somebody. I can't remember who it is though, but he does become like
One thing
that.
I did like from that trailer though was when he split that bus in half. I don't know what he did. It's like he made a magical razor. I don't know what that thing was called. And he split that bus in half or whatever that was coming down the street.
Man, Torian, they better the trailer be always looking sweet, but man, they better not do my man Doctor Strange dirty like they did him in this film, man. They better not do my man dirty like they did him in this film. But overall, man, everybody liked it. Everybody thought it was cool. I thought it could just would have been way better for Spider-Man from No Way Home. It should have been doesn't make sense. Spider-Man doesn't make sense, but we put Toby and Andrew Garfield in it.
Yeah, and I think when people knew that they were coming, that's what that brought up the hype level even more. Of course, because it's a nostalgia thing. You know, you gotta think when Toby first played Spider-Man, all of us were kids. We were all like teenagers, and we're all adults now. So like, and I think that was the same sentiment for everybody for the most part who's an adult now, who are of a certain age, felt the same exact way. So it was a nostalgia thing. Like when Andrew Garfield came on screen, my theater, they clapped. But when Toby came on screen, them people, you would have thought that Michael Jackson came back from the dead.
Yeah, nah, Toby got love.
Yeah, like he got a lot of love, and why not? I mean, he kicked it off, so you know, it's still a lot of love there. I will say this: they did. If Sony didn't do anything else right, they did do right of not putting Andrew Garfield and Toby into the trailers, like that scene when they're jumping at each other on the scaffolding, and people said, "Oh." If you look right here and look right there, doesn't it look like Lizard and Electro are going somewhere else? And we look at the movie, who was there? Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
They should have just put them in the trailer.
Which is pretty obvious.
It was I say Tom Holland wasn't going to do it himself. Spider-Boy was not going to do it himself. But we had an 8, man. Look, man. We had an 8 from Torian. We had a 7.5 to a 7 from Kuntz, a 7 from me. We got an 8 from Tone, man. So you know it overall, you put those together, everybody. That was a good movie. You feel what I'm saying? So
and this is bittersweet too because this is the last MCU movie until May.
Yeah, I need a break.
It's a gap. It's the last MCU movie, but it's not the last Marvel movie because Morbius comes out next month in January.
You want to see that? Shout out to Morbius.
That joint look tough.
That joint looks sweet.
That clip though, oh my god, clip, that transformation clip. I said, I'm so. I don't need to see.
He was like a fucking vampire, real live, like that little motherfucking like when they actually show his real life.
This is no Twilight stuff.
No,
we ain't sprinkling over here.
Sony. This is the real Sony. This is not no real. This is the Sony that's gonna do whatever they want with the movie because they don't gotta listen to the MCU for this type shit.
Now that's the kind of vampire. I said that's the kind of vampire I wish I could be. Like that's crazy. Like he could do all of that and he can still walk around during the day. I mean, I know Blade can too, but sheesh, that's just like that's crazy. And all you need to live is some blood. Oh, take me to the nearest blood bank if it ain't nobody around.
I ain't even think about that. I was talking about
that's all he needs is some blood. Now I do like that they are showing blood because when they showed that clip and that blood splattered on the screen, I said, "Oh, they going there."
Yeah,
that's because you could get away with that.
Sony. This Sony, they like, yo, we ain't listen. This ain't MCU, baby.
You can get away with blood splattered on the screen, but when it becomes like impalement and stuff like that, you can't. If you're trying to keep it PG-13, you can't do that.
And Jared Leto,
you can get away with that
too. I don't really like his Joker, but he's
a
good
Joker
actor.
Was sweet. His Joker was like that.
Yeah, his Joker was like that. You should have gave him the proper.
They should have gave him more movies. So
they took all the scenes out, but whatever. They took all the scenes out. I literally got the deluxe jump, bro. They took his scenes out of the movie, bro, for whatever stupid reason.
He was really good. But look, that's gonna go here and there, man. Hey, man, shout out everybody that went to go see this movie. Shout out everybody here. Shout out, cool.
The whole world, pretty much.
Yeah. Basically, the world went to go see it. They spiced me into it. Won't happen again like that this year.
Something tells me that's a lie. Because something tells me when Doctor Strange come around, you were like,
I had a real conversation. I said, bro, I'm kind of getting tired of this shit. Like, I need
it's
time
that Pixie, it's that Disney dust. It's that Disney.
I need some time. Like I'm gonna actually give it time now, like to go see joints, just to give it time, bro. Like because I don't know, bro. Like I feel like if we did a whole review and maybe we'll talk about that before the end of the year of like just all the Marvel production, like we can go all day about. It was just man. They was giving up a bunch of mid. It was like C grade this year. It was like C grade Marvel, C plus grade Marvel this year. Facts. You know what I'm saying? From the show and to the production. We definitely should put that down for sure to talk about that because that is definitely like I feel like that is a conversation of, especially just because, like I said, DC only dropped one thing for real this year that was a movie live action. It was the Snyder Cut, which was shitting on all this Marvel stuff.
In the Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah,
the Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that joint. That joint was meh. You know what I'm saying? But that
now next year, now this is gonna be a Royal Rumble because you're gonna have DC versus Marvel literally all year. Because you gotta think, you got the Batman coming out, you have Black Adam, Flash, and Aquaman 2. Then you also have, I guess you can throw Morbius in there, even though it's not the MCU. Then you have Doctor Strange, Thor. I don't know what's going on with Black Panther. That one's in limbo right now. And I think something else is coming out at the end of the year. So it's literally going to be a huge DC versus Marvel event next year. You can thank the pandemic for that.
I'm gonna pick DC just so I don't have to there. Y'all really gonna see my loyalty. Y'all be like, dang, he ain't watched no Marvel shit here. But no, but
the show.
It's gonna be a civil war. It's gonna be a war next year. Like it definitely is gonna be if Omarion don't dance his way through this motherfucker. And
it's already doing it now.
I'm telling you, this Disney paid off the government was like, look, just let us watch this. He need one more movie. This
Mickey Mouse is literally on the listen. Mickey Mouse has his own wing.
Yeah,
what in the government?
No,
but like seriously, like in order for Disney to have acquired all of this, acquired like 20th Century Fox, they had to literally go through the government to get it. So yeah,
so you
that's a big question. Was that
like, hey Joe, look, you seen this? You know everybody geeking for this. You do what you got to do after this.
You brought your cup home?
You feel me? You do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do after this. You feel what I'm saying? So we gonna see what happens, man. But you know how we doing Marvel's Bunch, man. This was a super spoiler review of Spider-Man No Way Home. You dig what I'm saying? So if you did not see the movie, you are spoiled now. So it's
your own fault. As far as I'm concerned,
you should have been out of this video. You dig what I'm saying? But Tori and Coons, get y'all spill, man, before we go, man.
You want to go first?
Yeah, that's cool. I ain't really on much, man. You know, end of the year. Glad to be here. Christmas time. I'm hoping that Hawkeye shit fire.
Yeah,
this Wednesday.
It will be. I'm calling it. You know why it's gonna be fire? Because I helped write the last episode. That's why.
All right.
That's what I'm just saying.
I like that though. That's
I always say that. I always say something. If something's gonna be fire, that's because I helped write it. They be like, "Oh, shut the hell up." But
I'm telling you, Hawkeye.
But yeah, I was glad to come up here. I'm glad we had this discussion. I like that. One thing I like is that we have difference of opinions because no one likes to hear everyone have the same thing because it's like it's no diversity when it comes to that. So I like that we have our own opinion when it comes to stuff like this. I can't wait to see the finale for Hawkeye. I can't wait to hear y'all take on it. And like I said, based on that promo, and hopefully they don't do no trailer trickery, but I have a feeling that they did not. That I think that this last episode is going to be good. I don't know if it's going to be like a finale like they did with WandaVision. It's not coming back like it's a one-off show. If it's going to come back for like another season or anything like that. But I can't wait to hear what y'all have to say about it. And I also can't wait for that big show that's happening at the end of the year.
Yeah, facto. I say, yeah, we're gonna definitely discuss this motherfucking. I definitely put on the list the Marvel productions. We can judge that and stuff like that. Cause that was actually a good one. Cause we could talk about that for a minute about of that production, man. But man, shout out to Y'all coming
Sanatorium coming through. Yes, sir.
through, seeing that joint, man. Tone spill before we get out of here.
I actually forgot what I was gonna say. Shout out everybody. I did that because I just forgot what I was gonna say. Shout out everybody, man, who fucking with us, man, rocking with us all day. Shout out Cool 20 for coming through, man. Shout out Pat for hosting, man. Oh, now I remember. So give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. I remember what I was gonna say. I read an article while we were doing the show, and basically it was talking about superhero fatigue and like superhero fatigue, like people in capes, right? But it's just not that, but doing the same tropes. You know what I'm saying? Like not switching it up. You know, I guess if that makes sense. And it was just an interesting article, and it says it's thing like people, they took a poll and people are becoming bored with the stereotypical tropes that that the movies present. So I don't know how y'all feel about that statement, but that's kind of what I was saying. Like during, I want to say before Eternals, maybe I was saying it like in the back end.
It was during Shang.
Maybe during Shang-Chi, yeah.
Shitty movie.
Yeah, I was saying that shit like even before this even came out, and like Pap said, you know, it's gonna be good to get a little break. Like Tori said, 6 months. I'm hyped for more, but I'm still going. I think that this is gonna be a good opportunity because like I seen a couple of trailers like Ambulance. I want to go see. I want to see some.
That did look good.
I want to see some different. I'm ready for different shit, bro. Like I just want to watch different things now. I'm like,
I want to see Sonic 2. Actually, Sonic 2. I actually want to see
Sonic. Yeah, I want to see Sonic. I want to see something.
It looks so good. I like the first one was real good. And shout out to Paramount because the reason why that movie did so well outside of it being a good movie is because they listened to the fans when they saw that first trailer and said, this isn't Sonic. When they looked at the design, they said, okay, we heard it. They heard it. They saw the dislikes on YouTube and them dislikes was heavy. They said, so we will put a little bit of our budget back into there. We will delay the original release and we'll release it in this month. And Sonic ended up becoming like the biggest movie that came out in February of last year, right before the pandemic hit. And then you see this trailer and you see Knuckles, and I about lost it. And I said, Idris Elba, he did that with that voice.
He gets Knuckles everywhere.
Sonic gonna be sweet too, and I can't wait for him to eventually get the shadow. When they get the shadow, they're gonna be lit.
And Pap, I saw your review for King Richard. Man, me and you was on the same page. That movie was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. It was great. It was a great movie, bro. Like it really was.
But that's my spill. Go ahead, Pat. That's my spill.
Yeah, he liked it because it's like you might know a King Richard in your life. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I was like, I really think they did a great job with that backstory to Serena and Venus Williams, like, and their life and shit. Like they really the ghosts. Like that movie really just certified, like, even though it talked about their dad, like they were the goats from when since they were young. So yeah, Tori, he hit that joint. Yeah. Shout out to them, man. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, see that King Richard review, man.
Yeah.
And my spill, man, you know, shout out everybody coming through, Tone, Tori, and Coons. You dig everybody coming through, sliding through. Y'all know Ash3 y'all right now, PatBrady.com. You already know what I'm saying. Yeah. Instinct, PatBrady.com. Y'all know what's up, man. So like, comment, subscribe to Marvelous Bluntz, man. And yeah, we'll be back this Thursday for this Hawkeye review because, like you said, this is it, man. I'm excited, man.
Somebody may die.
End of the year, end of the year show.
Yeah,
cat the door. My bad, my cat. It just opened the door, so it probably threw people off. Like, what the fuck? But end of the year show.
Yes. That is.
So Tori and Kuntz, Steph, Lex, Alf. Anybody watching? Anybody wants to come up? Let me know. I'll put you on the list. And yeah, man. Don't forget. End of the year show will be right after Hawkeye the following Monday.
Yeah. We're gonna do it before.
So,
before the end of the year, like literally before the end of the year. So everybody, make sure you stay tuned, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. And yeah, man.
Is it the following Monday? What day?
Yeah, Monday.
The 27th. Okay. Yeah, 27th. 27th.
You know what? I'm gonna probably end up missing that because I'm gonna be working that day.
You
I hope
do.
not.
Well, what's it called? Oh yeah, you do because you
Yeah.
got you work. You at work.
Oh,
You call
you
back.
had the game. That's right. That's
yeah,
right. That's right.
yeah. It's a Cavs game that day, and I worked. That's actually the last game I worked that year.
But you still invited. So if you pop up for a minute or so, it's all good, man.
Breaking, yeah, you dig what I'm saying? But like, subscribe to Marvelous Bluntz, man.
Yes,
We out.
sir.
Peace.
Yes, sir.